I'm gonna tell some funny stories now.
We're looking forward to it.
All right.
You got me?
We'll try
There you
not
go.
to let
That's
Travis
cleaner.
ask you any stupid questions.
No,
How
you-
you doing? And we're live.
It's the Big Hammock Podcast. I'm your host, Zach Shear, along with Travis Cecil and Malcolm Sear. And our guest today, this man is a mentor to Travis, and Malcolm likes him. And he fits into our show because he's got 2 Emmy Awards. We're going to talk about that. He's been on many of Ted Turner's sets. My mom will love this. He was on the set of Days of Our Lives. There is so much more that we're going to talk about behind this man. Welcome to the show, Joe Rothenberger.
How you guys doing? How you guys doing?
It's been a while since you've been in front of a live audience like this.
Yeah, I
Joe,
haven't
ain't
been
it?
on camera for a long time. I never really go on camera. I teach acting, but I never really go on. I have been on camera because I started as a child actor doing Crest commercials. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I remember this line I had to do. It was I still have it in my head, and I had to say, "Gee, Mom, this tastes terrific." That was a line, and I still remember it when I was like 12 years old.
So what it really tastes like?
Crap. You're acting, you know. You're acting, you know.
So before we get into the good stuff, get into the good meat and potatoes of the podcast, I need y'all to like, share, subscribe, whatever platform you're listening to. We're on YouTube, Spotify, iHeart, Apple, Amazon. Do us a favor, like, share, subscribe. Don't forget while we're here, why this whole podcast started in the first place. We made a movie. It's a Bigfoot movie. We're producers of the movie. You can purchase it on thebighammock.com. Joe, you will be pleased to know, Malcolm said you gave him trouble over it. We're in color now.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
No more black and white. I mean, I watched black and white when I was a kid with a little set. Why do I want to see it now for? I had to set, in my room like this with rabbit ears. Like, and I had to get the...
Hey.
Well, now everything is... Make it color, man. And HD at least. You don't have to go 4K on a TV show, but HD, because
Yeah.
they don't broadcast 4K.
We had to bring back your childhood,
That's one thing
Joe.
I got to tell everybody. They buy these TVs. I got a 4K TV so I can watch football. Let me just tell you something. They do not broadcast anything but 1080p. Standard broadcast is 30 frames a second, 1080p, and they will not be broadcasting 4K for about 10 years because it costs too much money.
So, Joe, is that why you haven't been watching the show? Because it's been in black and white?
Not really. Well, not really. I don't mind.
It's because it's not entertaining. That's what it is.
People think it's artsy. I guess it fits sometimes, but like if you're doing a World War II movie scene, it may be.
We had a movie based out of the 90s that we just reviewed. It'll be that episode's coming out tomorrow night.
Uh-huh.
It was a good movie. It was called, what was it called?
Stationed at home.
Stationed at Home. And
Was it? Was it in black and white?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a
Oh.
good movie.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
No, it's
I don't think it's out
Oh,
yet.
Yeah.
no, it just now got released.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
is
it was
released
supposed
now?
to be done in the 90s. I see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes place in the
In the
90s.
90s.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, but anyway, I've had a massive career in television, mostly television. I've done a lot of films for TV, and I did one film in actual film, 35 millimeter, which was called "It Happened One Christmas," and it had Marlo Thomas. You guys probably don't know, and Orson Welles in it. I probably don't know. Who those
Nice.
guys are.
I know who Orson Welles is.
Right.
These guys might not know.
And Marlo Thomas was Danny Thomas's, which is an old guy, daughter, and I was doing lighting as I usually did on that was my extra work when I was not working. So my weekend work, I used to do a lot of different stuff. I even did Broadway shows because the union, I'd become an IA stagehand, which is International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees, which is that symbol you see on the movie that looks like triangles together. That's that symbol, IATSE, and I become that. So I could do extra work on different sets and things like that. And I was working on this movie. And Marlo Thomas was laying in a bedroom scene and said to me, "Get that fat guy out of there. I can see him. He's disgusting and he's ruining my lines." 'Cause I was always a big guy. I was always huge.
Dang.
Joe, you have a long history, and I've definitely got some questions for you, and I'm excited to have you on. But before we get into that, I want to find out really how you come to know these guys. I'm assuming it was Travis first.
How did I meet Travis? I met Travis, I guess, through Potts. Fred
Yeah.
Potts.
Yeah.
Now, Travis.
Yeah, Darian told me about you.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
it. Yeah.
Ended up.
Travis is probably one of the most talented cinematographers that I know in this town.
Hey,
I'm not
now.
trying to. I'm not sure, but I will admit there's a lot of people in this town that. Anyway.
Am I one of them, Joe?
No, you got a lot better. You was the big ass.
Thanks, Joe.
Travis is
That's why
probably
I
the
love
only.
Joe with the honesty. He's
If I ever opened a TV station or a TV studio, I'd probably hire Travis as a production manager.
Okay.
Thank you, Joe. That means a lot.
Yep, because he knows what he's doing. A lot of people don't in this town. Like there's a guy in this town, I won't mention any names, who likes slow-mo, and he does all these Facebook videos, and he's always advertising. And he used to be an intern of mine, but everything is like the woman's eating spaghetti in a restaurant going. Why would you use slow-mo there?
Yeah.
Why? It's disgusting. It's supposed to, restaurant commercials will be appetizing. Oh, I got to get that food, but a woman's going, no way. Blah! You want to puke.
So,
And the guy accepted it. I would have said, get that. Come on, buddy.
Just let me know when you're getting amped up, Joe.
So-
I got your button.
So anyway, I was raised in the business. My father was a pioneer in television. He got an NBC when he got out of the Army in World War II.
okay.
And actually wrote, started as a page at $100 a month. My mother was a nurse. My brother and I were born, and I was basically born into the business. I was when I was like a week and a half old, I was in the studio. My father was the studio manager at NBC.
Gotcha.
And I got on the, you guys don't remember this, but I got on the Captain Kangaroo show. I was on all the time as a kid, and things like that. So I was raised around the business, and I started in 1974 doing steady because my father was producing a soap opera. He had got out of news. He was in the CBS News, and we used to go down and do all the space shots. He used to cover all the space shots. So when I was a kid, we used to come down here in the Cape, and we'd spend all summer when I was off at the Cape. My father would produce the space shots
Gotcha.
with Cronkite. I don't know if you know who Walter Cronkite is, but he was a
yeah.
big fan. And I knew Cronkite. They called him Crankcase because he got grouchy. And I'll tell you, his favorite food was Southern barbecue.
Okay.
And the original Fat Boys barbecue was at the Cape, so my father had to make sure that his trailer was catered with Fat Boys barbecue all the time. And
we still have one here, don't we?
we do, yeah.
They
It
just
closed and then it reopened.
yeah, new owners and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
No, it's not the same. And I was like 12 years old, and the original was in the Cape, actually where around where Kennedy Space Center is. And when I walked in the Fat Boys, he took the hot sauce and said, "See this, son? This is hot sauce. You put this on your ribs, and tomorrow morning you'll be yelling, 'Come on, ice cream.'" True story.
So
What did you say?
what are the Emmys for?
Okay,
Joe,
this is from another world. In 1976, we won an Emmy Best Produced Soap Opera. This is a debate show I did live on Turner called Counterpoint: Which Way to Disarmament. Back in the 80s, the early 80s, there was a big debate on the people getting rid of the nuclear war, nuclear bombs. So they had a debate show about whether we should or not, and it could destroy the world and stuff. And this was a live debate show in the TBS studio, and I did a heck of a lot of work on that, a lot of editing. Of course, back then we were on tape editing, 3/4 inch, and I could edit like crazy on 3/4 inch. And
Can you lift that up so they can see it? Because I'm sure that
it's got some weight.
this is heavy. This is the national one. This is the one from Another World, and this is the local Georgia Emmy, which is smaller.
It's got some weight to it too.
Oh, very
yeah.
heavy. Yep. And when my father called me and said Counterpoint was nominated for an Emmy, I said, "You're crazy. That show was terrible. I didn't like it."
So you mean they give these things out to anybody?
we had to go to the dinner. Kathy went with me. Kathy had to get a gown. I had to get a tux and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was a great dinner. Yeah, then we had a big party at Turner's house. Actually, Westler was second down from Turner. That's how my father got. My father was third down from Ted Turner, and I was a studio supervisor, so I had full reign of the place.
Nice.
And Turner was a riot back then. I mean, it was like, first of all, when I got down, they were terrible. They didn't know the lighting. They literally they started doing this wrestling show just before I got there because it was World Championship Wrestling.
I want to stop you there because
What?
I am a big WCW fan.
Well, yeah, okay, I'm going to tell you a story.
Yes.
So it was Georgia Wrestling with Gordon Soley was the announcer.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon Soley was a big alcoholic, and he used to be announcing the wrestling and take a swig of vodka, and he'd go back there and announce the wrestling. And he so anyway, and they said to me, "We just started this wrestling. We can't see the wrestlers when they fall out of the ring." I said, "Turn the wrestling lights on." They had the ring up because they put up on a Friday night, and Saturday we shoot 3 wrestling shows. They changed the name from Georgia Wrestling to World Championship Wrestling, WCW.
I'm familiar with the history. So.
So anyway, they wound up. I look at the light. I say, "You know why you can't see any wrestlers falling out of the ring? Because you have no light there." So
Ain't got no
I
gas
went
in
up on the lift they had. They had a big lift there. You weren't.
No, you're good.
And had this big lift there, and I went up on it, and I took a 2K, which is a 2,000 watt light, because we were in tubes back then, so you had to have a lot of light.
Yep.
And I striped one that way, and I lit this other side. I said, "Now walk around there." "Oh, we can see everybody now." Well, isn't that amazing? When you have no light on a tube, cameras needed a lot of light.
Mm-hmm.
We had to have 125-foot candles on somebody's face in order to get a good picture.
Oh, wow.
So
That's all-
when
yeah.
you did that, were you on every show from there?
Yeah, I produced a show and I shot most of it and get. We did, as far as I know, we knew whoever's going to win the thing.
Yeah, of course.
I work with. I hate to say this, but people are going to sue me, but it is fake. The one I knew, and I work with Ric Flair, Roddy Piper, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Mm-hmm.
Ric Flair's daughter actually wrestles now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so then Ole Anderson, they wanted to make me a wrestler. They wanted to call me the bad boy from New York because they said I was so big. And I didn't. My wife Kathy goes, "I think I'm a wrestler. You'll get killed." So. I mean, they were making a lot of money back then.
Yeah.
So Friday night they put the ring. We shoot 2 wrestling shows. No, we did 3 on Saturday, and then they'd air later on, and then repeat them. And we had so much business from that. And we used to run ads in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and we had lines around the block, people wanting to get in to see this wrestling show, and they loved it. And we had gotten this thing. We used to screw with people because we had this thing called the ADO, Ampex Digital Optics, and that was the first digital effects machine in the world. We had just gotten chroma key. We loved chroma key. Back then, you could only luminance key.
Yeah.
You have no idea how we used to put credits on a thing, on a big drum.
Oh, wow.
We used to, back in the soap opera, we run a big drum with cards on it. We'd luminance key it, which is keying on black and white.
Yeah.
Chroma is color. And any color will key, but they use green because actually the new chips that they have in the cameras respond better to green. I don't know if you guys knew that or not than they do any other color.
I don't know nothing that this
Because we used to use blue, and of course people wear blue. Like that would key out that front, and it would dance. Their eyes would dance when they had blue eyes, and so that's when we got around from green because a lot of people don't wear that hideous, that Kelly green color. But anyway,
Well,
what were you gonna say?
I was going to ask you do you remember what years it were that you were
82.
Was it just that year?
81, 82, around that's when I went down. I got married and came down to Georgia right away.
Gotcha.
I left NBC and came down to Georgia. My father had gotten down there about a year before me, and he's the one that called me and says, "You got to get down here. These guys are terrible. They're trying to do the CNN. It's just awful. I don't know how to edit anything. They're awful."
Gotcha.
The lighting was horrendous in the studio. So I said, "Go away. I'm doing the lighting."
Would you rather do film or TV, Joe? Like, what do you prefer?
Well, my uncle was a cinematographer. My uncle Warren, he always wanted me to get into film. He would say, "Screw that TV stuff. You got to get into film." But I like television because of the studio thing, and I like the immediacy of being able to see the picture.
Mm-hmm.
I guess actually, when you do a film nowadays with the digital, you're actually doing television.
Yeah.
My best thing is dramatic with actors. I've done a lot of news, but I like dramatic stuff with actors, with directing actors.
So would you
like
say
like Hellphone was fun to me.
Yeah.
That's a blast. I love that.
Would
Yeah.
you say that you had a lot of fun on Days of Our Lives then, or?
Well, I had a lot of fun in the soap operas. I also did The Guiding Light, and the Guiding Light was done in the 26th Street CBS studio, and the guy who was the landlord in it was named is Phil Himes, not Phil Himes. That's the running guy. I don't remember what was his name, but he used to walk through and eat all the. He tried to eat our stuff off the set, and they'd have shrimp there, like they have a party. He'd be sitting under those hot lights because we had tube cameras back then. We didn't have.
Yeah.
And they did a lot of lighting, as I said. And it would be like, God, the guy's eating rotten shrimp. He's nuts. But he was such a cheap guy. But anyway, soap operas were a lot of fun. They're a lot of work. It's the hard. Actually, we actually produced a film a day, an hour film a day.
Oh.
I started in live soap operas, and you actually had to actually move the cameras if you had to go to the set during the break. During the 2-minute break.
So soap operas are done in a live setting?
Not anymore. They do it when we used to do it. Yes, years ago when they were live. They used to be live soap operas, half-hour live.
And you'd have live audience and everything?
No live audience. Just live on the air.
Oh no!
Wow.
Yep.
Hey.
Live, and now they shoot them like a film. They put them together and stuff in post and stuff.
Oh, okay.
They're all
I didn't
shot
know
like a-
that.
And I can even tell you how to light a soap opera so you don't have any boom shadows. But anyway, I can. But Turner was my most fun time in television because a lot of wacky things happened.
Now I'll ask you this about Turner: Were you? And again, this is just the fan in me. Were you and Ted on a first name basis, or?
Yeah, he used to call us the Rothenbergers. they called me JR because they could never get Rothenberger. Turner got it, and he'd say he'd call us the Joes. You want to go to lunch? And my father said, "Oh God, Turner asked for lunch." I said, "You don't want to go to lunch?" He goes, "No, he never brings his credit card. He always tries to make me pay." so son of a gun. I'll tell you some really
That's
bad.
how he kept that
really-
money.
This is all true now. I might get sued, but and sure enough, we go out to lunch. He'd buy drinks and all, and it was like $300 lunch thing, and he'd say, "Oh, Joe, I forgot my credit card. Could you pay for it?" D. Woods, that's his secretary, we'll give you the money back. And Dad would put it on his American Express, and then my one mother would say, "What's this bill from lunch?" And he'd say, "Oh crap, I forgot to give it the money back." And because American Express back then, you had to pay right away. My father said, "Oh, now I got to. Oh, son of a gun." and he'd go to D. Woods, and she'd go, "Oh well, I have to wait a couple of weeks to get it back to you." And so but that was Turner, and we had a lot of funny things happen then. The wrestling show was a riot. We had this. I said Ampex digital optics thing, and we used to. The cameras where we used to take people's faces out of the audience, zoom in on them, and blow them up and make them look funny. And one of the guys punched it to the floor, and I said, "You got it to the floor." And the girl starts saying, "That's me, that's me." It was going to the floor. She was like, and we made her look like that. And they were the great guys. They used to buy us. They catered lunch. Boy, the lunches they used to give us were great. And they were all friends. King Kong Bundy, they used to tell him that he was born in a toilet bowl, and they used to rank him all the time. "I know how you were born, King Kong Bundy. Your mother made a big turd in the toilet." And they used to tell him stuff like that. Wow. But I could tell him the Charlton Heston story too. You know the Charlton Heston story?
Yeah, tell him that.
Turner had a complete bar in his office upstairs, and he decided to. He had Charlton Heston up there as a guest. You know who Charlton Heston is?
Oh yeah,
right. You know, Planet of the Apes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he has Charlton, and they're drinking, and they get drunk, and he decides to give Charlton Heston a tour of CNN and TBS drunk. And he whips the CNN. Now they're on the air 24 hours a day, so it was about 4:00 in the afternoon. He whips the door open to the CNN studio and yells out, "See this, Charlton? I own all this blankety blank stuff. All this blank," and it was the 4-letter word. "All this blankety blank stuff is mine." And the director says, "Who is that? Turner. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. He's got to shut up. We can't do that. He can't swear on the air."
Oh, he was on the air.
Yeah, we were on the air live.
Yeah, CNN never.
So I had to
stopped
pull him
back
out the hallway, and he said, "You want to meet Mr. Cheston? Here, he's Joe. This is Joe, one of the Joes." And I shook his hand, and yeah. You also liked. You also was a friend of Andy Griffith. Remember the Andy Griffith show?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was a friend. They were good friends, and Andy Griffith, foulest mouth you ever heard in your life. But not a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, that's hard to believe.
What show are you working on now?
I'm working on a show called The Nonas of Stone Creek. There was a film on Netflix. A lady called me who actually did my first article in the Good Life magazine. Now I got the second article done, and her name was Mary Ellen Salentano, and she said to me, "Have you seen the movie Nonas on Netflix? Nonas is about a Italian guy who owns an Italian restaurant, and he has Italian grandmother's cook. He doesn't have any chefs. They're all Italian grandmothers. And he had other nationality Italian grandmothers come in. Like they had a woman from a Spanish lady come in and do all her Spanish stuff. So they had different nights. And it's still open. It's on Staten Island. It's very expensive. So they saw the movie, and it was basically an Italian restaurant, and it reminded them of their old home and the New York Italian way. I was raised around Italians and Jewish people, so I love good Italian food. But anyway, they called me up and said, "Would you like? We're thinking." They live in Stone Creek, so I said, "We're thinking we want to do a show on YouTube called The Nonas of Stone Creek. Would you produce it for us?" I said, "Yeah." I mean, I love doing it. I mean, it's a blast. I mean, I'll do it for. I don't even get paid really for it really because I do it for fun. If I don't, I've been around it all my life. I've been in production all my life. I basically lived in a TV studio. And if I'm not in a doing TV, I feel weird. I do. I love it.
Oh, I know, man.
You love it too, don't you?
It's that feeling, man. And you ain't got the camera in your hand.
You get
no
the
more.
bug bitten, and of course, my
depressed.
my
It's
dad got.
everything.
I mean, so we started producing this show, and I'm editing the 5th episode. I just finished the whole. I haven't put the fonts in or anything yet, but I just finished the whole 5th episode, which was our second audience one. We were invited to go down to a retirement community in the Villages and do one there live to record. Can't say live to tape anymore because nobody tapes. It's live to card. I call it now. And we shot one down there, and then we just did one at Stone Creek on their Stone Creek Club just now with an audience, and they fed them manicotti. And they call it manigot. That's how you pronounce it, manigot. And it was delicious. I mean, Maggie and they can cook like you wouldn't believe. And the episode that you have, I gave you a little sample, is the beginning of their spaghetti and meatballs. I finally found out how to make real good Italian restaurant style meatballs. Really, yep. And if you watch the thing, you can watch this little. I gave you a little sample of it.
Yeah,
just
we'll
the
play
beginning,
it real quick, Joe.
Just the beginning.
Hi, I'm Mary Ellen.
Hi, I'm Maggie.
And we'd like to share some memories of Sunday dinners and holidays with our loved ones.
We are not professionals and we're not experts in Italian cooking.
Our goal is to entertain and reminisce as we share some of our favorite recipes from our families.
So pour a glass of wine, pull up a chair, and join us as the Nonas of Stone Creek. Salute!
Growing up in Brooklyn and the Bronx, our lives revolved around Sunday dinners with our families and our church.
Hi, today we're making a classic Italian meal, spaghetti sauce with meatballs and sausages. This is a recipe passed down from my nonna and my mother that taught me very young, and we're getting ready to begin.
That's it. That's what I gave you as a sample. Now, if you go on YouTube, you can see the whole show. That's show 2, I believe.
Nice. Now, did they make the American like meatballs, the big ones, or the real
big ones?
tiny?
They make the big ones like this big, and you know how she makes spaghetti?
Huh.
She gets the water boiling, puts the spaghetti in it. Once the water's boiling, she turns the stove off and covers it. And in 10 minutes, you got the perfect spaghetti. It's the perfect thing. She doesn't boil it the rest of the way.
Nice.
That's how she makes the spaghetti. And the meatballs everything's fresh. Everything's fresh herbs and fresh, because you got to use fresh to.
Oh yeah.
Fresh garlic, fresh oregano. Everything's fresh. And she always throws. We're gonna put wine in now. They like to drink a little bit.
Yeah. They cook with a lot of red wine, or
actually, she likes white wine in her
white
sauce.
wine. Oh, okay.
White wine. And it's pork and chopped pork and beef
Yeah.
combination. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a
And
good
and then she
combination.
uses, believe it or not, for instead of breadcrumbs, she uses white bread soaked in milk,
Okay.
and it makes it
Buttermilk?
moist.
Or
A regular milk, I
regular
think,
milk?
and it makes it more moist.
Okay.
That's one of her tricks, and it's delicious.
Nice.
And she makes a red sauce. Everything's fresh, and she always puts wine in that. Everything's got wine in it. But anyway, it's great. It's delicious. And the manigot was great. I mean, they did it. And I had chicken piccata. They made that in one
wow.
episode. So I eat. I bring food home for Kathy. So we eat.
That's why you don't want to get paid. You're getting it, yeah.
So
Getting that belly full.
So, Joe, I want to transition, and I want to talk about our movie premiere.
Yeah.
You were there.
Yes.
You were in charge of the interviews with us,
Yeah.
or with the cast member and the crew, and you watched the movie.
Right.
What were your thoughts on the movie?
What was I thought it was very funny in spots. I really did. The funniest scene was the sheriff walking up and going, "I got some good cream pie," and that was pretty funny.
The cooter
That's
pie.
not our movie.
The cooter pie.
No, it is the cooter pie.
The cooter pie.
He's talking about Mrs. Simmons. When
Right,
she,
Mississippi, right, cooter pie. That was funny.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah.
And Malcolm with the coo, coo, coo. That was pretty funny. I said, I always thought he was nuts, but that was. He needs a psych ward now.
Cool beans. Cool beans.
Yep. But it was probably one of the better. There have been some films that came out of Marion County, and that's probably one of the better. Except for Hellphone I liked Hellphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good film.
But I mean, you would rate this film like out of all our productions and stuff like that, it's up there
Yeah, it
compared
is.
to
It's up
everybody
there.
else.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah. Oh,
just,
yeah.
Just remember, Joe, the Big Hammock had no budget. Hellphone had a little budget. All
I
right?
know.
Just keep
Oh,
that in
for
mind.
no
Hellphone-
budget, you did a good job.
Hellphone didn't have any
Bro,
budget.
it had a budget.
Well, how much?
Who'd you have there?
Everybody worked for free.
No, they didn't.
$2,000.
I did.
I had to rent the stuff.
Yeah, you didn't have a camera back then. You
Yeah, it was all rented.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Travis is a good cinematographer. He did a good job shooting that thing.
He had a budget.
Travis. Yeah, he did.
I don't count it as a budget.
Yeah,
And you had
it was
the-
definitely a budget.
You didn't use this? Did you use the Sennheiser wirelesses back then? No, or did you
Yeah.
use the? Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you Sennheiser.
yeah, right.
Sennheiser.
But
and
best
we
microphone you can buy is a Sennheiser. But anyway, I shouldn't do that. Anyway, but anyway,
We're sponsored by Shure, Joe.
are you?
No. We're not sponsored by anybody.
But anyway, that's a lot of my career. I will tell you another story. This is a true story. When I was a kid, my father produced a soap opera called The Doctors, and he had a VCR in his house from NBC because he used to watch auditions, and I used to work it. He didn't know how to work. My father was not technical. He's a great writer, great producer, and great director. He taught Martin Scorsese how to direct. My father actually did.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that. And we were big behind the scenes. My uncle was a cinematographer. I'll tell you a little bit about him, too. And so my father brought home auditions that they shot in the studio in NBC. So he showed me a couple of them. He said, I want you to watch this. I want you to tell me what you think. We're developing a part named Billy, and the guy's a rat fink. He cheats on his wife, and he's a real nasty, and he's a womanizer, and we're going to kill him off in 6 months.
Wow.
We get rid of him because he's really a nasty son of a gun. I said, okay, let me see him. So I look at this guy, and I said, he's doing a great job, Dad. Hire him. He goes, I agree with you. It's a good job. So I said, and he says, we're going to also hire a new character by the name of Nola. And I said, let me see her. And he shows me, he says, I think she overacts. I said, and I look, and this woman's all over the place. I said, she's a theater actor because TV and film is more intimate acting.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I said, you got to tone her down, and I think she can do it. He goes, yeah, I'll tone her down, and I'll give her the part, but we got to tone her down because theater actors are very a lot of gestures, and they're all over the stage and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Film and TV
vocalized.
is more intimate. So I said, what were their names? And my father said, well, the guy's name is Alec Baldwin.
Okay.
True story. And the woman's name is Kathleen Turner.
Wow.
And so it was really Alec Baldwin's first steady part on a show.
Nice.
I don't know about Kathleen Turner, but I know it was Alec Baldwin's first steady spot. And that was when I was high school. because in '69 they landed on the moon, and Dad went back to produce that because Cronkite asked for him, so he left. Took a hiatus from the soap opera, and did the moonshot. This moonshot. And I went down to the Cape with him, and I get early night. That's when I threw ice on Wally Schirra on an ice fight in a tuxedo. The big astronaut. You know who he was?
No, I didn't follow astronauts.
Wally Schirra was one of the original 7.
Okay.
And Deke Slayton was a guy that didn't go up. So I used to hang out with Deke Slayton's kids, and he was a guy that never went. He was one of the original 7, but he never went up. Russ Grissom was the guy that lost his capsule. I never knew about any history about the original. If you watch The Right Stuff, you'll see it all about
Okay.
The Right Stuff. And
Laura, who we worked with, Hellphone, Todd, and all that stuff. Yeah, she did a small part in The Right Stuff.
Did she really?
Yeah, yeah.
And he had an ice fight us within the pool because I used to, I was off from high school. It was summertime. I used to hang out in the pool and swim. And my mother would order lunch on CBS's dime. He'd bring lunch to me in the pool and on the pool deck in the Cape Colony Inn we used to live in. We had a condo there. The place is gone now in Cocoa Beach, and so we and then Wally Schirra was throwing ice at us from the buckets. The buckets you get ice in the hotel. And we're throwing ice at him in the pool, and he runs into his room, and it had a balcony above him. Deke Slayton says, well, let's get a bucket of ice with water, and I'll knock on his door. And when he comes out, you knock on his door, dump the ice on him. So he's up there, and sure enough, I knock on his door, and Wally Schirra walks out, and Deke Slayton dumps the ice right on him. He was in a tuxedo getting ready for a party, because they used to give the astronauts rooms and to change into. And oh God, did I get in trouble for that one? Holy crap! So my father's going to kill me. Yep.
Well, speaking of trouble, I'm probably going to get in trouble
Why?
because it's way past my bedtime, and my
Sorry
wife
about that. Did I go long?
No, you did not. No, you didn't. But my wife, she expects me to be home before a certain time, and I've got a curfew, so I got to be back for it.
Really?
Yeah.
But she doesn't trust you. I'm kidding. My wife don't care. She says, "Get rid of him. He's a pain in the."
No, Joe. I just want to say thank you for coming on the show. Obviously, you did
it was a lot of fun.
You did it as a favor to Travis and Malcolm, but I can tell you for sure, Travis thinks the world of you. Malcolm thinks the world of you. Travis definitely gives a lot of the credit to his knowledge and everything. A lot of it goes to you, Joe.
Yeah,
so.
I have a lot of knowledge, and if you want it, I'll give it to you. I don't really. I love working on this stuff, and if you want to learn from me, do it.
Oh yeah. He's just the brain on him.
Yeah.
I mean, I could, and his audio. I know that, and I can make XLR cable. I mean, I'm very technical too, so I got to the technical end of it too.
Mm-hmm.
Like my father always said, I was better than him because my father didn't know any technical stuff. The producing and the technical end of it. So,
Well, thanks for coming on, Joe. I really appreciate it.
No problem. It was fun.
Brother.
Yep. Wait till you get my bill. I'm kidding you.
I know it's coming, Joe. I know it's coming. I'm going to tell you like I tell Travis and Zach, the check's in the mail.
Yeah, check's in the mail. Yeah. Right. I requested dinner. Did your wife cook it?
Save your steps to the...
Travis cooks pretty good. I've eaten Travis's stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Listeners, do not forget, like, share, subscribe, whatever platform you're listening to. Purchase our movie, thebighammock.com. Thank y'all.
Travis just had to interrupt your video too, Joe. He screws everything up on this show.
Hey, what can I say?
Now, are you gonna edit the 3 cameras in and stuff?